Good afternoon, everybody. It's John Ross with the John Ross Show on 3/26/25. That's Wednesday in downtown Batavia. It's 53 degrees. In the background, we have Kiev. I just checked. It's 40 degrees there. And where we're going to be talking about in Greenland, in Nuuk, that's the capital, it's 25 right now. So we're going to be talking about Greenland, and here's a village in Greenland. About 56,000 people in Greenland, 56,000. And Donald Trump has said he wants to, quote, buy it. Today, there's some reports from PBS that Mrs. Vance's trip has been sort of changed. We're going to take down this, and I'm going to just put this up. Yeah, come on now. Mrs. Vance has changed. Now, JD himself is going there also, but they're very cautious about it, and she is not going to do the dog sled race. I guess they're just going to visit a base there. And I'm going to bring that up here 1 second. I hope I get the right stuff here. Let's see here. We're going to bring it up. He's visiting a base in Greenland. It's part of a military agreement since the 50s. This is very strange for a man who Trump administration doesn't seem to have much love for NATO, but now they say we want to defend Greenland and worried about it. Very interesting. So the couple is, I'm going to change this here, get a little. So the couple said they're not going to visit the U.S. Space Force outpost at Pitufik on the northwest coast of Greenland instead of Mrs. Vance's previous announced solo trip to the the dog sled race in Sismet. I'm not good at my Danish, so I'm sorry about that, folks. But that's what's happening. So they're changing their plans. They're going to this base. And a lot of government in Denmark and in Greenland are happy about that because right now they're in between governments in Greenland, and they weren't invited. Let's get that story straight. They were just coming. They're not invited. They were not invited. So that's sort of a strange operation. Here's another post that I saw. This is all from the PBS report that was really good. Now, this is a lady, Annie Merlid, a professor of Arctics in Denmark, said the recent anti-U.S. demonstrations in Nuuk might have scared the Trump administration enough to revise the trip to avoid interactions with angry Greenlanders. Greenland has a population around 56,000. Around 1,000 people came out and demonstrated in Nuuk in the last days against Trump. Against Trump. I don't have those pictures, but they're out there. They're same as some of our demonstrations in the streets here in America. But so in most most Greenlanders, I would say most, probably a majority by far, don't not want any interference from the U.S. and that they do want some independence from Denmark, but they want to be Greenlanders. They don't want anything. They don't want to be the 51st state or anything, whatever that is. Uh, so anyway, so Vance is going to Greenland with his wife this latter part of the week and going to go to this base. I don't know what they're going to do at the base. I don't know. Eat some Danish food. I don't know what they're going to do. They're not going to wander around in the cities, my understanding, because that would irritate the Greenlanders. So I don't know what they're going to do, but it should. This professor says it sure shows that they're still interested in Greenland, though, by coming. And that's true. They look like they're interested. So we got to take some things seriously about Trump. And of course, Trump has said he wants Canada, Panama, part of the Gaza Strip. I don't know where else he's talked about. Maybe part of Mexico. I don't know. But he keeps talking like this, and the silly talk, and his Republican friends follow along with the silly talk. And you got to stand up against this type of thing. There's a lot of things happening today, and that's Greenland is one of them. And so keep your eyes on Greenland. The Danish government is happy that they're not making an official visit, more or less, because they, like I said, they weren't invited. So that's part of the story. They weren't invited. And like I said, there's in between governments, and that's a no-no, to demonstrate that way, the U.S. to do that. So they're not quite doing that. So we're happy about that. Now, today, the big story is about the Signal thing, the Signal chat, which I heard it's 19. I thought it was 12. A lot of people on the Signal chat, and this one was this, Jeffrey Goldberg, I guess the name is, of Atlantic Monthly was on there, and it was a big mistake and shows it was an insecure communications and just was. There's a lot of trouble in Trump land on this. It shows the incompetence of the guy in the Defense Department. A lot of people said was an amateur for sure, and other things. And we got a question. They had a hearing. Did somebody see him drinking? That's what happens when he really didn't address that issue when he was being put in there. So that's a really sad story. And there's so many other things happening out there, but that's the big story this day. And we got it. I have a list on my site here. So many stories I had about my cancer lady. We had that. What cancer? We had the deportations. We have Ukraine, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. We also have about the refugees, the vets, the post office. We can go down the list. There's just a lot of chaos. Basically, the word is chaos. And that's what this communication throws. They don't have much respect for the people. They don't have much respect for the military by just doing it that way. It's chaos. And that's what we got to stand up against. And I know there's a lot of people out there standing up, and we got to keep doing that. And if you got time, well, we all have time, don't we? It's how you use it. I know that. Call our congressman or our senator, give him your word on these things. And that's the big thing. Give him your word. And Tell them we don't want to annex Greenland. That's one thing. Or Panama, or Gaza. Uh, we want to have our Social Security and Medicaid and Medicare. We want our refugees to come back and bring them in. We want to help our brothers and sisters around the world. There's so many different things. Bring back cancer research. We could go down the list what we need to do. And so call your congressman. This last part here is called Government Track US. That US that could get you a congressman wherever you are in the United States. So we got our local ones, Underwood and Foster and Underwood. And then we got our two senators, of course, Durbin and Duckworth. So that's what we're talking about today. We're going to keep our eye on Greenland here the next few days and see what happens there. That'll be interesting. And just keep up the faith. Just hang in there. And as I said before, I want the church to be involved in Trump 2.0 here. We got to have the church involved. And so that's a very important thing, to get the church involved. So we're going to be back on Friday, Lord willing. What happened? Come on. There we go. We're going to say bye-bye. So bye-bye until Friday. Hang in there. Call your congressmen and senators. Let's keep the faith. The Lord will be with us. So Lord willing, we'll be back on Friday. God bless. We'll see you soon again. Bye-bye now. Signing off, John Ross for the John Ross Show. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.